Lance and the 49ers now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's Lance. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available. An incompletion as a result.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. And Lance now to throw. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. They'll run on 1st down, Edmonds. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. These two teams all tied after 1. On 2nd and 9, Wilson. His throw caught at about the 5. Touchdown, Broncos. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Broncos have moved out in front.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
McManus's point after is good, and that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Returning from his end zone is Ray McCloud, and he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They go play action now. Wilson. This will be incomplete. Oh, a dream chance for a D lineman, but he couldn't pull that one in.
The name of the game, as always on defense, put pressure on the quarterback. And that's exactly what they've done today. It looks like they've got him a little bit rattled. That would have been the 2nd interception in the first half.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Play action. It's Wilson. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Eric Armstead drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. Now Wilson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
Eluding the pressure right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
But it certainly took too long to set up play action, and that gave the pass rush time to get home for its first sack of the game. For their sake, they may start to think about a quick game and leave play action alone for a little while.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Lance, the first catch of the game for George Kittle. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now play fake. Lance. Buying time to his left. Now Lance throws the interception, his 3rd. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And the Broncos will take over here at their own 12-yard line. Oh, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ballgame.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he must be on the field at all times.
After the interception, here's Wilson. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Here's Lance to throw it. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And, oh, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Lance. And that is incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Here we go.
Lance and company going on 4th down. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And the Broncos will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. And give him now 4 interceptions in this game. That's only the 3rd time this has been done since the year 2000.
I think that tells you how much better teams have gotten at throwing the football. If you go all the way back to 1960, 12 times before that, there have been guys who've gotten 4 interceptions or more in a game. I mean, most recently, since 2000, Delta O'Neal and D'Angelo Hall.
Well, their first 2 drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They need to make...
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And the Niners are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
And they're going to get this up to midfield. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the 1st half. From midfield, here's Lance. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
To throw again on 2nd down. Lance, he'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Lance again. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this 1st half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st half. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the 2nd half. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
They run the option here on 1st and 10, finding space at the 40. And he'll have it past midfield, almost to the 40, before being taken down. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 42-yard line. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop it behind the line. So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. On the option, running left is Lance. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Out of the pistol, McCaffrey. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have to contend with a 3rd and 13. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the 1st. Third down, here's McCaffrey. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. And they'll go for it. Lance. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Broncos will take over on downs. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. From just shy of midfield, Wilson. And the Niners get there and bring him down. It's 3rd and long now for Wilson and the Broncos after that sack. Back to throw. Wilson. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
4th down. Here's Wilson. Hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. So that's a decision that could loom pretty large here. They go for it on 4th down, but come up empty.
But I actually like the call, and the reason? It shows me a head coach has faith in his team overall. First on the offensive side, thinking they can pick it up, but also knowing that he has faith in his defense that if they don't, they'll go out there and stop him. I like the confidence he showed. All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. They'll get it inside the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Well, we are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th-quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. And he's taken down, back at his own 7. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the 1st down sack. Wilson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Mays used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. There's the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Out to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Come on, set. Stick, measure.
Lance to throw for it on 4th down. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Broncos will take over on downs. Boy, an incredibly aggressive move to go for it there. Game tied 4th quarter. You got to be surprised.
I am, and I know that we're in a new era of football where we look at the analytics sometimes, and a lot of time the analytics tell you to go for it, right? But do the analytics take into account game situation, where we are, all those things? In this situation, I thought it was an incredibly aggressive play.
It didn't work out, and again, tie game 4th quarter. Makes this thing a little bit more interesting. To throw on 2nd and 10. Wilson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. So a big return there, Charles, on what was a pretty dangerous throw to the outside.
It sure was, Brandon. That's the risk you run on a throw like this. If it's intercepted, a lot of times this is a pick 6. So good hustle to get back and get him down. But, boy, That's a throw you've really got to be sure of if you're going to work the perimeter of the field.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Lance going to throw. Gets this one to use check. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Facing a 2nd and 3. Ball on the 10. Throwing now is Lance. He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey. And the 49ers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Christian McCaffrey with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Niners have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead. And it's no good. Well, that could be a critical miss here in a 1-score game in the 4th. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
Wilson to throw. He'll get that complete to Alberto. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. Now Wilson. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. Another throw there off the mark. And obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question. And my suspicion is
that he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point, as this one is all but over.
If they use the time.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. But my, how the tables have turned now. They were trying to salt this one away, but that interception, potentially a game changer.
And I just got to think to myself, at this point of the game, I know you've been aggressive. I know that's your MO, and that's fine. And all those teams that talk about all gas, no brakes, you better have the emergency lever to pull occasionally. They could have used it right there. They put themselves in a tough spot with that interception.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw there complete to Hamler. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Well, I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a 1-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Here's Wilson. And this is caught. Touchdown. And now they're an extra point away from winning this thing in the final seconds.
Well, that's the one they had to have. Put them in a position where they're tied up, but I got to get out of the way. We still got an extra point that's pretty crucial.
That's right, just one more element to complete the victory. A very important extra point there, up and good. And that might be enough to win them the football game as they now take the lead in the final seconds. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Red, cycle. Hey, ball red. Steal, check steal. Go red.
One final try now for Lance. He's going to let it fly. Well, he forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Broncos are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and it's going to be their defense that gets the ink in the headlines tomorrow, and for good reason. They forced 5 turnovers in this game.
And while we were watching this game unfold, I kept thinking about when we did our training camp tour and something that you noticed along the way. Just about every camp